dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about NXT, September 30th, 2025, Vic Booker on commentary. So, you know that show that we're all excited for, which I'm still excited for, Invasion? Well, that's no longer a thing. The name was a little bit too... I don't want to get into politics or whatever, blah, 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 but someone got mad about the name Invasion, and now it's called Showdown. Still almost same font and everything. The W's red and whatnot. I think it's silly, but, you know, that's what happens when you're a multi-billion-dollar company with a lot of different ties to a lot of different things, and people can say, like, I don't like that. Okay, we'll change it. It is what it is. I have no power or say on how these things, yes, you can be mad, we can be like, and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we're still going to watch the damn show. You know, so, but it is what it is. It is now NXT, TNA, Showdown, two companies, showdowning each other. Well, we started off with our new NXT champion, Ricky Saints. Dan, let the revolution begin. Dan. Oh, it was good to see Ricky Saints with that championship. Obafemi nowhere in sight on this show. So the man is bound for the main roster. Good luck, Oba. I love you, Oba. And I'm hoping we get an open challenge on SmackDown. Yeah. Yeah, boy. I'm very excited about that. So we'll see. Then JC Jane comes out. They are the team captains. And then we're going to have something at the end of the show to see who's the team they pick together. Then Ava, you know, and Santana. Then Kalani, TNA captain. Kalani Jordan's going to be a TNA captain. Santana's going to be a TNA captain. So they're going to pick their teams by the end of the night. But Kalani Jordan, I was like, oh, you traitor. Well, she is the new TNA Knockouts champion. So I guess, you know, I was surprised by this. I was like, oh, so an NXT member, we've seen this before in this situation when WCW and WWE. I have that DVD somewhere locked away, the Invasion pay-per-view, which was not really that great. But, yeah, it was like, I think Stone Cold went to the WCW side and everything like that. And, yeah, I have it somewhere. I should rewatch that show and review it, see how that Invasion went. But, yeah, we have this. We have our captains all told, yeah. Then we have our first match of the night, Jada, Miss Parker versus Lash Legend. These two beat each other up, but Miss Parker got the win. So fun match for what it was. You know, I like Miss Parker. I think she's bound to be an NXT Women's Champion very soon. Maybe not this year, maybe the next. We are coming up to, what is it? It's October now, right? Oh, geez. October, November, December. We got 3 months left in this year. That's insane to me. Happy fall. We have Ethan Page. You know, he's talking about Dr. Wagner. You know, those two are going to face each other at some point. But just to make Showdown a little bit more special, Mustafa Ali comes out. And he's going to face Ethan Page at Showdown for the NXT North American Championship. All I got to say is Mustafa Ali better win. Because if this Showdown really wants to be special, there has to be some losses on NXT side. We've taken their championships at this point. Kalani Jordan, even though she's team TNA, we got Trick Williams, who is the TNA World Champion. You know, next week I think it's Dark State versus the Hardys. Like, something big has to go down to where TNA has some leverage as well. And I'm thinking Mustafa Ali winning the North American Championship would be pretty fucking sweet. So, next match of the night, Miles versus Josh. Who's going to join Team NXT? Miles and Josh put up one hell of a fight. And for some reason, Matt Cardona, who I was surprised is not on Team TNA, by the way. I was like, oh, that would have been awesome. But no, that's not the case. Matt Cardona helps helps Miles. So Miles gets the win. I was confused by that. What's going on? What's Matt Cardona up to? Huh? What are you up to? Lola versus Fallon. Hard hitting, as always. But my girl Lola, she's got that backhand that's going pop. And I found this interesting. Okay, Lola got the win. There was nothing like crazy about this match, but Lola got the win. Fatal Influence was backstage. JC and Fallon. Laney comes up to them and says, like, hey, I wish I could have got my match, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, JC's like, what are you doing? What are you, like, go away. She's like, well, I wasn't really cleared all night. She's like, what does that mean? She gives her the masks and insisting she was the one that was all masked up that hit Lola Vice. And if that's the case, I'm a little disappointed. I was expecting a big reveal. She said she also admits to taking out Jasmine of the group. So Laney wants in on Fatal Influence. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I like Laney. But I was expecting something big from them. Like, I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Some masked person comes in, bam, bam, takes out Lola Vice. Just so you can get into Fatal Influence? And you took out Jasmine? Jeez, mean. The Culling versus Javon and Leon Slater. Oh my gosh. I don't watch TNA. I should, because I see talent like Leon Slater, who's fucking awesome. Like, him and Javon together, badass tag team. But this is my match of the night. The Culling versus Javon and Leon Slater. And Javon and Leon get the win. Awesome match. Match of the night. Oh, it's good stuff here. Now let's get into it. Ava, Santino, we got the captains all talking smack. And I love that Trick was like, since I'm co-captain, blah, blah, blah. Ricky's like, nah. He's like, look here. I am the NXT champion. You're riding shotgun. And I was like, woo, baby. You tell him, Ricky. But they have their teammates. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 survival style match next week. We already have all the matches confirmed. 4 matches, I believe, in total. Dark State versus the Hardys, titles for titles. Mustafa Ali versus Ethan Page, North American Championship. And Team NXT, Team TNA, men and women matches for next week as well. And let's go for the men. Ricky brings on Javon and Miles Bourne. So it'll be Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Miles Bourne taking on Santana, Moose, Frankie Kazarian, and Leon Slater. I was like, ooh. This is why I was kind of like, oh, we couldn't bring in Matt Cardona into this? We couldn't do that? Okay. I'm fine with that. This is still 2 good teams that are going to battle it out next week. Then for the women's side, JC Jane picks Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, and Jada Parker. That is one stacked lineup. Like, no, the others are stacked too, but I'm just like, damn. All right. Versus Kalani Jordan, who tells JC, well, JC calls her a traitor too, but Kalani Jordan's like, look here. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm going to represent as champion, and I got the 2 iconic tag team here, the Inspiration, Casey Lee and Jessie McKay, who are the current TNA tag team champions, right? I believe so. Then I think it's Mara Sade. I put Sade first. It was Mara Sade, but no, Mara Sade. But that's Team TNA. I'm excited about the Inspiration being part of this because I miss those guys. I miss those 2, and this kind of made me be like, oh, I should like go back and I have some TNA merch too. It's funny. I got my Moose shirt. I got the Hard to Kill pay-per-view when they went back to being TNA, so I should peek over that fence, be like, ooh, what's going on over there? Huh? I started to, but it became a lot. Just NXT and AEW alone was just like, oh my god. Then I put in TNA, and then I put in like Evolve, and then I put in some other stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, Ring of Honor, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. So, but of course, how does this end? It ends in a big fight. Everyone's brawling. Santana took the first swing. We got a big fight here. Everyone's fighting. We're screaming, this is awesome. Shawn Michaels comes out, and he's just looking at all this chaos. And you could tell that he's happy. He's like, oh, yeah. Shawn's cooking. Shawn is cooking indeed. He's a very happy man right now. He's seeing all this chaos going on. So next week at NXT TNA Showdown, it is going to be a big one. A lot of things are on the line here. Then we have Bound for Glory, October 12th, and I think I'm going to peek my head into that show and be like, hello, who's there? Hello? So, a lot of stuff going down. It's going down for real. I'm surprised Joe Hendry's not part of the show or part of Team TNA. So, but it's okay, though. You know, that would have been cool if Joe got onto Team NXT, so... Tell me what you think, man. Are you excited for NXT TNA Showdown? Because I sure as hell am, despite a name. You know, it's going to be a good night. And this was a fun NXT. I give it a solid 4 out of 5. Match of the night is the Culling versus Javon and Leon Slater. Awesome stuff here. Moment of the night was the end. Seeing the teams come together and getting ready and just fighting it out. Mustafa Ali, Ethan Page was pretty freaking sweet, too. So lots of good stuff you can pick from the show. But yeah, those are my picks. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share with the bum at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
Headlining every NXT PLE. Reality was me winning the NXT Championship.